Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Blur Confidential. We'd like to welcome y'all to this chill moment that we got. We got Q,
What up?
we got Johnny.
Is my mic on? Oh, okay, yeah. So, hey, what's going on, everybody?
Turn his mic up. We back at it, y'all. We wanted to hit y'all what we got for the day. How y'all been?
Oh, man.
Terrible. No, I was kidding. Yeah, it's been all right. You know, just been enjoying this fall weather. You know.
Oh man, it's been lovely.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, definitely. I know we've been having some cold fronts come through without notice, but hey, I appreciate it. But
man, it's been great.
Well, you know, us fat people like us fat people like cold weather, so we tend to overheat less. You know, just saying.
Oh. My radiator overheating.
Yep.
Nah, man.
Some water.
Give me some water. Lord have mercy.
Stop.
You see stain coming up my shirt? Lord have mercy. Oh, God, help me.
Y'all gonna get us.
I'm on fire.
It's almost like having the meat sweats but not eating meat.
Oh God. Oh.
You just sweating in every orifice at this point. You're sweating in every crevice. Sweat just running down the swell of your back, and it's like, ugh. Don't hit you with that one.
Hadn't got to the fat people storing just yet, but you know we're good.
Hey.
Uh-oh. Nah, man. Other than that, I've just been chilling, catching up on shows. I kind of found myself in a interesting place that I love how I can binge watch shows. And I remember I complained saying, man, once you binge watch, you don't have a show to watch. But then watching things like Lovecraft and all that, and now The Boys, I have to wait every week now. So I'm in between. You know, I appreciate it, but I'm like, damn, I want more episodes now. But it is what it is.
Fiending over there fiending. Can't find a hit.
Like, you ain't never watched the show and you realize it's weekly. And I'm sure you probably felt that with The Mandalorian. It's like, damn, that was a good show. But damn, I got to wait a week now.
I mean, it sucks. It sucks. I bring it back to the whole situation where this makes you want. It makes you want to want again, because we get fed, like, you get these dopamines going. You're like, all right, I got that next episode. Mm-hmm. I'm going to finish this out tonight. I ain't going to sleep. 3:30 in the morning, you still up watching. I'm going to bed. No, you're not. You're going to watch these next 2 episodes. I got another one in me. I got one more. I'm going to make it to this end one. I got to get up in the morning. If I can at least get 2.5 hours of sleep, I think I'll be all right. I can make it to lunch. I'll take me a nap. I already got me an energy drink in the refrigerator, and I got 2 more on standby. I think I'm good. Then you don't go to sleep.
All right, Dr. Fauci. We're talking about dopamine.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't know. It seems like to me, ever since The Mandalorian dropped, you know, everybody's been on this like weekly thing kick. And me personally, I can care less. But it would be convenient.
I love it.
To go ahead and get crap over with. Mm-hmm. But, you know, that's just, you know, we're just looking at, you know, 2 sides of the fence. I mean, some folks, yeah, I mean, I understand, you know, how, you know, waiting a week, you know, it kind of, I guess, traditionalizes, you know, how we watch streaming services, you know, and like, you know, we just normally binge watch, you know, that's the usual, you know, method of consumption of, you know, shows. But, I mean, I get it, but, you know, at the same time, you know, to me, it's just like, all right, come on, let's go ahead and give it over so I can move on to something else. But,
see, I think
there's a way to do that, though. There's a way. Uh-huh. You can just not watch it with everybody else.
Ain't nobody got time for that, Jang. Ain't nobody got time for that.
See, you ain't got time either way. So guess what? You gonna wait. Guess what you gonna do? Guess what you gonna do?
Because I ain't got no choice.
You right. Guess what? You gonna wait, and you gonna watch it like the rest of us. If you don't watch it that night, you gonna watch it that weekend.
I suppose.
You sure?
I suppose.
And it's also this is the time I found out. My old lady isn't as loyal as she tries to claim. So how come?
Oh, she watching the TV show without you?
How am I held to a standard that I am not allowed to watch Edie's show without her? But she can
I'm done.
Edie point. See, no loyalty, man.
Oh, trust me, I'm out.
Yeah.
I figured that one out. I was like, you know what? You can catch me watching this at the same time, or when you ain't looking and I'm bored, it's coming on.
Oh, yes,
and that's it. If you happen to walk in 3 episodes too late, I'm gonna let you know. Hey, you might not want to be in here right now.
Hey,
I'm a little ahead.
Are you talking about the bathroom or?
Yeah, that too. You don't want to come in here because I'm a little ahead right now.
Wow.
But
I'm almost at the end.
Yeah, this should be with the I can rewatch it with you. Nah, don't worry about it. We good. I got it. But nah.
Oh, you tell me that if you want to, I will let you sit there and rewatch it with me. I will rewatch it. I still won't tell you anything.
Oh man, I guess what else is coming?
What's
next? I don't know. I don't remember this part.
Yeah, fortunately, I don't have them kind of issues because it's really hard for myself or my wife to rewatch anything at that point. It's kind of hard not to give it away.
Y'all want them talking. Wait till you see
the only thing I can rewatch. I take that back. The only thing I can rewatch is like 2 movies: Coming to America and Star Wars. That's it.
Because you gonna sing the whole opening of the song.
The entire opening of the song is getting sung. The whole thing.
Hey,
you gonna recite the first 15 minutes of the movie?
The first like 35 minutes.
The whole movie.
Work the king.
The whole movie. If you want somebody who talked through a film, put on Coming to America. I'll reenact the whole thing for you.
You can't have a single black person in your city.
And that's the sad part. That's the God's honest truth. It like if you have a black person watch Coming to America, guarantee there's gonna be some conversation had.
Hold on. Wait, hold on.
Guaranteed.
Pray for this poor black person that ain't never seen this movie and they pray and get them wrapped up in this situation and they screwed.
Oh my God.
They gonna be looking at them like, you know this part? I'm like, no. Like, what? Since when? What?
Oh man. I don't know. Is there a black person that ever comes to America?
Yeah,
it's like a rite of passage.
Well, I mean, you
they weren't raised right. They weren't raised right.
That's the thing.
Oh man, but I'm there with Johnny too. Like, there's only a few movies I can rewatch that I just find that enjoyable. Star Wars is on the list too, and that's another one I can just reenact most of the lines in there too. Whatever, it's all good. My old lady called me a nerd, and I said that's fair.
I had a horrible transition. So speaking of movie stuff you can't stop watching, like the one that I can't, that they got on sale right now, is the Batman series from like the 90s.
Okay.
The Batman.
Talking about the animated series?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. That one has been selling hard.
Oh, of course.
Like, there's no way you can really find, like, that was for that first 6 months that it dropped, the entire box set. You couldn't find it anywhere, and now it's still hard to come by. I'm still looking for one. And I saw it pop up once on Groupon and missed it.
I mean, that makes sense though, because if you look at superhero cartoons, Batman the Animated Series and X-Men were like the staples.
Oh yeah, every Saturday morning.
Yep.
If I could get to it, I had it. But I'm not the lazy one like you and just hit the record button and just roll over and go back to sleep.
Well, damn.
I had to get up and go watch.
So you're just going to throw that out there.
Well, dang.
So that's what we doing?
Yeah,
because we didn't have extra video cassette tapes at our house to where we could just record something. We had to record over something. We didn't have the luxury.
Well, dang.
Yeah, Yeah.
I mean, you know, but it is what it is.
I come from this place of privilege or something, man. I was just the only child. I mean,
look, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. You did.
Hey,
I got this information from you.
Hey, I just used my resources because, yeah, you're right. I didn't like getting up, so I'll go in, push record.
You're right.
Then I got to make sure I do the right setting because remember VCRs had 2 settings. I only record 2 hours and be mad, or I can record up to 8. I just had to make sure to do it right.
But once again, I didn't want the luxury of getting beat by my mother, so I chose not to.
Man,
I made my decisions.
You could have ate those licks, man.
And I'm gonna live with it.
Yeah, Janky, your mama didn't play that.
Yes.
I'm scared of your mama.
Hey, man.
Look, I'm still scared of my mama.
All you had to do.
It still feel like I should. It feels like I should confess something to her right now.
Right now,
and I don't know what it is.
Right now.
It was like I did something that I wasn't supposed to be doing.
You know you did.
You feel like I ain't trying to hear this today.
Hey, you know what you
did. See, that's the problem. I wish I could say that I knew what I did so I could fix it, or at least have a good lie for it. But I ain't got neither one of those, so I'm SOL. I'm just caught.
So I guess
what do they say? Deny.
Hey, no. Say, take it to the grave. You know nothing. 5th.
She got the answer. Don't know how she got it, but she had it.
Hey, all you gotta do is say, do the Shaggy method. It wasn't me. See if it works. Let me know.
Oh. All right. It'll be the one that it ain't me that's getting my ass kicked today. So that's what she would say. That's my ass.
Exactly.
So,
man, let me ask you, fine gentlemen, who went out and spammed the F5 key to pre-order your Xbox?
I tried.
I know you
did. Ooh, and I failed. It just didn't happen.
Bro, they pulled another. But they pulled a Sony.
It will. Yep. So they said it was slightly. The analysts say it was slightly better than Sony, but
slightly.
But this is the thing. What does that really mean?
I mean, yeah.
Because bad is bad. You just a little bit better than the worst person in the class.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just y'all still. But guess what? Y'all both failed.
Hey, I had a 68. You had a 65. So I'm 3 points smarter, maybe. That's what we gonna go with.
You keep trying to pull that line if you want to, but guess what? You can stick that one. Because somebody guessed on one of them and somebody just so happened to get it. Because the other ones that you guessed on, y'all both were just as bad at it. So I think y'all suck at guessing. That's what it sounds like to me. Y'all both failed.
I think that's been a continuing problem with the gaming. Because I think that same situation happened with Nintendo with the Switch as well, where they didn't order enough or create enough initially, and then therefore there was a shortage, and then everything's back ordered now, so man. Yeah.
I mean it's sold out everywhere now. I think the last one to show that there are some pre-orders left was Sam's Club, and they're sold out as of like an hour ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna just wait until I'll probably wait until like I don't know. It'll get got before Christmas.
And that's the thing. Like,
I ain't worried about all that. I ain't trying to do all the pre-order.
You would think at some point we would, kind of figure out like, dang, obviously we're not all gonna get this particular item, so let's just wait. We know it's coming. Like prime example, the GTX 3 series just came out. They're all gone. All gone. Not for crypto mining, like, back in the day. They've just all been bought. And what's been happening a lot here lately is, but whether it's bots or, just folks with a lot of time in their hands, they'll go buy up all these pre-orders and boom, they're on eBay for like $1,500.
Yep, that's usually what happens.
That car's showing up for that right now. So.
Right now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
that happened when what was that? The NES Classic and SNES Classic came out. People would just buy them up and then upcharge it by double or triple.
Yep.
So,
I mean, so I don't know. I don't mean because it's about time for me a video card, and actually, I'm talking about consoles. Probably my next purchase would be another video card. It's about time, and I'm looking. It's probably gonna be next year before I'm even able to even get to a point to or have an opportunity to purchase one because I mean they cannot keep them on in stock. And to compound matters, let's not forget we're in the butt crack of a pandemic, so of course access to materials is limited, right? So I mean that could have added to the problem of the supply issues that a lot of these console manufacturers are having with both the PlayStation and the Xbox. Which I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't care if they dropped 30 million units, they're going to sell out day one anyway.
of course.
Yeah.
So
I think right now with the way that like all this information has been dropping between, all right, for sure, like with these video cards, like right now, like it's the hot one. So like it's the hottest commodity of right now. All these moves that are being made, like in the PC industry, with them releasing like Crisis again, the remastered version.
Yep.
That they're still melting video cards.
It's wrecking computers right now. Like
Damn.
Look, they said it wrecked the Xbox One X. It was like, bro, like the One X, not the Series X, but the One X can't handle it right now. And this is the current strongest console that's out right now.
Still wrecking them.
Is available, and it's like, it can't handle it.
I'll tell you what.
Still wrecking computers.
Try running it at 4K and see what happens.
Yeah. All you hear is,
yes. They're saying they can't even break 30 FPS in 4K right now.
Wow.
See, that game is still hard. And you got all this happening right now, and people are so excited about some of this stuff because it's the only thing to really be excited about anymore. It's like, what else are you gonna go do?
That's true. I mean, because I just also, John,
like,
for your PC, they're re-releasing Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 on there if you never played those. So that might be, something to take in. They're releasing on PC.
Yep. Yeah, there's been a lot of remasters. What Tony Hawk here recently just dropped. It looks amazing on PS4 Pro.
Yep, there's one they're re-releasing. Mass Effect on. So
yeah.
Prince of Persia is gonna get a remake. Like
that's gonna be good.
It's like they're gonna just. It's not. They say that they're not like trying to reignite the series again. They're just gonna do this one game. But you know what that means. It's like, we're going to do this one game. We're just going to try to put that out there. No, they test the water. All they're doing is testing the water.
We'll make another.
If it bombed, that like, it was just a one-off project. We just wanted to give y'all something for a collector's edition. But what I'm really interested in, besides all these remakes, is like, I'm looking to see like what's like really happening, like coming up. Because we got Cyberpunk coming out.
Yep, next couple months.
But, and then like PlayStation, like what were the two games that they had coming?
Star Wars Squadron.
Yeah,
Squadron's coming out. That's what I really want to get my hands on. Like, it ain't no other type of combat. It's just it's the squad. Like, it's like we flying through this. You gonna get your fighter. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get your bomber, whatever. This is it. I hope they learn something from this, or their last go around with all this other stuff. If they bomb out on this, they need to take that license away from them and just scrap the entire contract with EA. Like, give it a Viking funeral. Just set that on fire and push it out to sea.
I got a question.
But Bethesda is doing some stuff too. What's up?
Johnny may have the same question as me, but go ahead.
Why does the guy on Far Cry 6 look like Bill Cosby?
Let me see.
What's his name again?
Giancarlo No, hold on.
Esposito? No, that's not
Yeah, like I'm looking at the cover art.
I know exactly who it is.
Yeah,
it's
that actor name.
And just a shade darker, he was like,
man, he don't look like no Bill Leave that man alone.
He does, man. Oh my gosh.
Leave that man alone.
Pudding pops all over that photo, man, but whatever. All right, moving on.
Oh, bro.
I do want a pudding pop right about now.
Man, weren't they good?
Still good. Like, I want a pudding pop so bad, I don't know what to do.
Damn, James.
Y'all going to hell.
They said it, not me.
Well, you once said that you wanted pudding pops which automatically segued into me being like, well, dang, a pudding pop would sound good right about now.
But guess what? You said it.
I know. I didn't say anything in regards to pudding pops. I may have said it back in 2016, but this is 2020 right now.
Yeah,
I may have said it back in 2016, but I did not say anything about pudding pops. I mentioned this particular individual looks like a young Bill Cosby. Just a shade lighter. And that's all I said.
Oh, so we're just gonna leave out the fact that you did say pudding pops all over the place, huh?
Yeah, but I didn't say that I wanted a pudding pop.
Now let me repeat that. And I quote,
I wouldn't turn one down, but yeah,
it's looking like pudding pops all over the place. End quote.
Yes, but I didn't say I would like to have a pudding pop, James.
But I did.
Yes, you did.
And I got the idea from.
That's not the point, Jay. That's not what. You know what? Move the show along. We'll be all night. I ain't got time for you.
But anyway, like I was saying, well, you know what? You go with your question.
Yeah, Q, go with your question, Q, so we can't come together.
This is what happens when black folks get together. Can't get shit accomplished.
Like, you know what fuck I do with you, Jay?
Not a damn thing.
Oh, man. So
this is where we are.
So I was going to ask this because we were talking about EA and Star Wars, but apparently we've been getting a lot of issues with exclusive deals, with EA and Madden, maybe 2K and basketball. How do y'all feel about companies having exclusive deals to make specific games or having specific licenses for those games?
Well, we kind of learned our lesson about that, right? Madden 31 or whatever the hell it is now.
Yeah, current Madden, which is also EA. So EA got they 2 for 2 so far. And they probably got more on the list, but hey, they going for the gold, baby.
NBA Live screwed that up.
Yeah,
they eating rocks right now. They just need to go ahead and swallow that.
See, and I have a theory on why they pushed hard to get that Madden NFL license, because when 2K first came out, they beat the brakes off of the live series. And
yeah, they did.
The NFL and NFL 2K was pushing Madden to the fullest. So I think they were like, "Hey, man, we need to do something so these dudes can't compete with us no more." That's my assumption. But hey.
No, I mean you're probably right, but because that's like going back to basketball. I was initially kind of impressed when they started to. It seemed like they were kind of tracking in the right direction when they came out with that last NBA Live, and then they just completely screwed it up, and now folks are so just through with 2K. Apparently, it's just a rehash 2K20. And folks are tired of it and they're looking for, a new player in the genre, but, EA just can't seem to get it together for shit.
Yeah.
They're looking for innovation. Well, there is none right now.
Definitely.
No.
I mean, competition drives that. There's no competition, you get no innovation.
And and I don't like it with Star Wars. What's the last the last game wasn't terrible. It was different, but I enjoyed it because it had some challenge to it. But the story,
like Fallen Order?
Yeah, Fallen Order. But the story was insignificant. It really, it didn't really provide anything. So honestly, the last good Star Wars game was made by BioWare, which was the
Old Republic.
Yeah. First one.
Yeah,
The second one
yeah.
they said was botched, but they said the first one is still considered a classic.
Which I still think they should do a series out of the Old Republic, but that's just me.
That's the rumor.
I'm leaving it alone. I'm leaving it alone. I'm leaving it alone.
Do we trust Disney with that?
I mean, where the hell else can you take it? I mean, what, Luke Skywalker is back from the dead. Like, where in the hell else can you take it other than the books upon books of Old Republic canon that are available out there that, all for Disney's taking? I mean, why the hell not?
Because they want to do their own thing. They don't want. That's the reason they made most of novels like non-canon, or what's the term they used? Legends. So, I mean, they could also take it like 100 years into the future and start over and do like almost a soft reboot, which I don't even know if I'm here for that, but hey, that's an option.
Yeah, that's an option, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's something I would probably hard pass on, but I mean, that's just, I don't know. That's me being, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me do this.
All right.
To answer your original question.
Are you eating grapes?
No.
Oh.
Lifesavers.
Oh, my bad.
Are those lifesavers just lifesavers, or are they special candy?
Oh, I haven't made those special candies yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
But they will be on the way.
Continue your statement.
Because this is the way.
This is the way.
But to answer your original question, do I think that console exclusives or system exclusives are bad? Yes and no. Because you can't penalize a company for making a game for their own company. Because if they made that game, they got every right to it. Like, that's kind of like the whole thing with, like, anytime that Sony pushes out a game that they made, damn it, that's theirs. Let it be.
Yeah. And
now,
go ahead.
I was going to say, where it gets weird, though, is when you obtain a license for a particular game or property that was once available to the public in large, and then you took that license and you said, no, you can no longer play this unless you come to me.
Yeah.
That's where I think it's a power play.
Yes.
It's trash. But if you want more money, you allow that IP to be pushed to the maxes and you say, yes, I do own it. But guess what? You're still going to pay me regardless.
Yeah.
You want to play it.
That's how I would look at it.
You're going to get it.
Like if Microsoft made had their own studio and made their own games, or like Sony or Nintendo, because we know Nintendo characters never make it on any other console, at least outside the CDI, which we don't talk about. That's a poor part of history, but that is understandable because it's your studio that created it. But again,
right.
like you said,
that's mine.
Yeah. Now, if I go and buy, I don't know. Let's say I go buy CD Projekt or Bethesda. Yeah.
I don't know Bethesda.
Like imagine this. Sony, for some reason, decides, hey, we like CD Projekt Red. We like what they're doing. We're going to engulf them. And all those series that you like Cyberpunk, you ready for that? Screw you. It's ours now. You have to buy our console just to have it. Even though it was for everyone, but I changed my mind. I went ahead, threw my hat in this race. And I guess that part is just kind of rubs me. I'm like, nah, that's bullshit, personally. I feel like it should be, there's no reason that something like that should happen. And then you start pointing out the issues with gaming as a whole. But that's my thoughts on it.
But you got to look at it as what that company is trying to do. Because now the statement that Microsoft took with this was, we don't need these companies doing exactly what they promised that they were going to do before. Everything that they committed to before, they can do it. You know what? We ain't firing nobody. Whatever they got going on, if they going to hire 30 more people, cool. hire 30 more people. Y'all do your thing. We'll let you know when we need you. We got a project that we want all y'all to work on. It's gonna be for this, but everything else that you
all y'all,
yeah, the finger movements and all, like orchestrated, like with cock eyes, like eyes in both directions.
Yeah, you
and shit's all over the place. Y'all just get to moving.
Yeah,
just keep moving. Don't stop moving. Just if I catch you standing still, all you are fired. Every last one of y'all are fired. You eat on the move.
I think you just hit somebody in the eye.
I killed 6 people because they stood still. If they had not been standing there in the first place, I told everybody to keep moving. I sent people to places, and they didn't go to places, and they died in the result of it. And it was all because of the swift movements of my hand. It's like a Swiss clock. It just keeps going, and that's the end of it. It's like somebody's honor just by signing the document.
Them, y'all is them. I feel that.
No, they're gone. But my whole point is,
what was your point?
My point is, they have 2,500 employees that they just engulfed somewhat. But think about it this way: Bethesda wanted it. Yeah, if you didn't want it, they threw $7.5 billion at there. And they say, "Hey, you want this money?"
One more time.
$7.5 billion.
Can't even imagine.
I want you to feel it in your soul.
Can you imagine 7.5 billion of anything like in front of you? You can't even imagine.
No. It'll fill this room. I'm sure. I don't even know what that would look like. The floor will fall through before I see that.
I mean, if we just happened to be in Miami back in the 70s and 80s, we may know what that was like.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Or if you
hold on.
Duck.
You said that was one key word. If.
If.
Hey, man. What you mean, man? Scrooge McDuck had a whole pool full of gold coins. I'm sure that had to be 7.5 billion or close to it.
Yeah, and he died in it. And apparently he went swimming in it. But anybody else, if we learn anything else from Peter Griffin, you killed yourself if you went diving into some coins.
Yes.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
This is what you can.
Either hurt your knee really bad and grab it for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we know Bethesda one. Todd Howard's out here rolling the dough. He like, all right, cool, that's a bet. And honestly, I think part of the reason they did is because I think Fallout 76, like, even though it's not a traditional Fallout game, but there's so much potential with it that I think Xbox is probably may potentially use them to do something similar, but in maybe a different IP.
Sorry, I almost died.
So riddle me this, Batman. Where, if looking at this whole deal holistically, where would this put Microsoft in relations to Sony's IPs? Because, it's like, with that all-time rivalry, that internal struggle that, between Microsoft and Sony, I mean, to me, this would seem to be a bit of a leg up for Sony. I mean, for Microsoft, because, I mean, hey, you got Bethesda, and they've dropped some heavy hitters in the past. So,
yep.
Now you have these platforms that can leverage on all this new software that they're working on. So I don't know, Sony. I hope they're not asleep on this one. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
No, they've been caught asleep for too long at this point.
Much. Because I think
about it.
Does Sony own any studios like that? I don't know if they went out and purchased.
They
studios. Do they? Okay.
I'm sure they do. Hold on. Sure they do. Because the internet.
The what?
Because the internet.
Yeah.
Nuts. The internets.
Man, I had some good lightsaber. I wish I had some.
Bro, they the collisions. Two flavors at once. They go hard.
Man, they look good. Just looking at you.
They so good you gotta smack them. They that good.
That's gonna be fun to edit.
Yeah. Don't worry. Leave it.
Don't fight. Just let it happen. Don't fight.
Yeah. Just relax. It'll be all right. But you good. The people need this.
We'll put a disclaimer. James was loving them lifesavers.
He was all in.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ain't all in, you ain't trying to win.
I mean, of course, PSA, just as long as the babies ain't listening, children ain't listening. Yeah.
Well, that's your fault because you let them do it.
That's fair.
Well, that.
Tell me where I lied.
Fair enough.
Tell me where I lied.
But what about the children?
The children are fine. If you leave them there, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You got to
take them to safety.
Let them lead the way.
Nah, man, remember the TV's
don't
do it.
But I mean, that's the first thing I thought about. I don't know. That was one of the reasons why, because I initially, James knows this. I was initially, all about. I stayed in line when the 360 dropped. Of course, when the Xbox One dropped, picked that up. Mm-hmm. And for a while, I was always about Microsoft. But it seemed as if right around when the Halo kind of fell off, they kind of got kind of stagnant, right? So, it was at that point I kind of made a decision. I was like, go see what PlayStation's like. And of course, you had Uncharted series, you had all these options, right? That were exclusives, and which was nice. But one thing I can always say about Microsoft was their platform with the Xbox Live platform was always on point in terms of server reliability.
I would say,
and
I would agree with you because Xbox has always beat Sony when it came to like online gaming and just what the arcade, because Xbox Arcade was always better than PSN personally.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Let me run this by y'all real quick.
What you got?
So this is the list of their studios that they have. So they have Psygnosis, Eidetic, Psygnosis Limited. Well, no, that's a UK. That was a UK based company. Eidetic, Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Incognito Entertainment, Guerrilla Games, Zipper Interactive, Group of Networks, Sigil Games Online, Evolution Studios, Big Studios, Media Molecule, Sucker Punch Productions. Who else? Let's see. There's another one.
Insomniac.
That I'm missing. And Insomniac. That's the last one.
Yeah.
That was the last one they acquired. So they don't have a lot of studios. Yeah. Even though they got all this money and all these other, they got a lot of partnerships.
Where the hell is it going though? Because it sure as hell isn't going into their infrastructure.
No,
it really has, and it never has.
Naughty Dog made was Uncharted 4.
Yeah. And Spider-Man, didn't they? Yeah, one of Spider-Man.
Well, that's Insomniac.
Insomniac. Oh yeah, my bad,
man. Because Insomniac made what was the game that was? Did they make the one that was for Xbox One? They had the white edition that came out. Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah,
Sunset Overdrive. Yeah. So after they made that game, they jumped ship and deuces. And because they took the deal from Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
that's. Let's see. Let me tell you this. This is what I did not like. You remember we were talking? Well, we had this little brief conversation. We just got done talking about this. Mm-hmm. When a company buys when a larger corporation buys another developer, and they just basically kick them and say, "Hey, we're doing all these exclusives with this developer right here. You get nothing else." That's your perfect example of that. Because Sunset Overdrive was an actually good game.
Yeah, it was good.
You ain't gonna get a sequel.
Nope.
If you get a sequel, it might be. You know what? I don't know. Because I thought Microsoft owned the license for that one, but I don't think they do.
You don't think they do?
I don't think they do. Not from. I was reading another article probably about 3 weeks ago about that because something came up about somebody, like a Sunset Overdrive.
Some kind of litigation or something.
I don't even think it was litigation. It was like, what about a part 2 or what about a remaster? Because
okay.
that came out like in an earlier part of the console cycle. That was probably in year 2. That was actually year 2 when they did that white edition.
Yeah. Well, it was.
Those licensing issues, which suck. Like Sucker Punch is known for Sly Cooper and Infamous, but they did do Ghost of Tsushima, which I heard was pretty decent. I haven't played it yet though.
Yeah, I heard that was a good. Yeah. They say it's tough as hell, so it's a good game. They say.
I mean, there's a lot of those. I mean, I'm kind of for those. What are they? You said Demon Souls and games like that where it takes more patience from you initially, even though they could be hard as balls, but still.
Some of them I just can't. Like, you want me to try playing this part of the game 40 times? I'm working on borrowed time. Like, I'm just trying to get in some gaming. Give me a tough puzzle. I'll figure it out maybe in 2 sessions or something. But 47 times to figure this part out? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's
next game, please.
Yeah, that's like the last Star Wars game I was telling y'all about, where the lightsaber combat, which I think this also kind of plays in that. It's like lightsaber mechanics doesn't make sense in video games because what we've seen in movies is a one-hitter quitter. There's no, I gotta, wail on you for you to drop your health bar, but I get it. But you have to be kind of precise with your combat, and spacing matters as well. So it's learning how to parry and finding openings. So it can be frustrating.
Sure.
Didn't Naughty Dog also do The Last of Us?
Yes.
So they still hitting.
Yeah. There's this. I mean, and there's no denying that. But once again, with Microsoft acquiring all these new developers, especially Bethesda, and then they have the platform, to run these titles on now. Now that's not taking anything away from PlayStation's offering. But I think I think Sony will have some definitely will have some competition here, with all these new releases that Microsoft is working on. Because that was always the question. It was like, okay, Microsoft
ranking.
There you go. Where the hell are the games? And here they go.
I've been telling people this for the last 3 years for that same reason, because they started making these big purchases. Like they have a lot of companies that are available for everything, whether it be AI, whether it be just in games itself. Like they specialize in one thing, and they use that technology in their games too. But now they have these big name developers that they picked up. They got Obsidian, and they just got Bethesda. So now people are buzzing about, man, what about a new Vegas 2? Like that was the one game that people love that was a remake essentially, right?
Yeah,
it was Fallout New Vegas. So people loved it, and then still praised to this day. And now they are reunited by way of purchase by Microsoft.
Yeah,
that's a big move.
Yeah,
and now going forward, you have something that you can look forward, like you can look at and say, okay, what's coming out now? It's like, what's next?
Yeah, just looking at all that they have to offer at this point, it's it's going to be a really exciting time for consumers. But if I was sitting over there in Sony's office, I'd be kind of sweating. There's a lot of things that Sony has done right over the years to maintain that fan base, because they got some diehard fans. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
they don't. Yeah, I mean, these type of fans, purchase, the next Madden, no matter how shitty it is, and I mean, you know what I'm saying. So
wouldn't be me.
it's gonna be right, but it's gonna be hard to it's gonna be hard to maintain that dominance in the industry when you got folks like Microsoft making all these moves. I mean, I'm just saying. I could be wrong, but I mean, I'm just saying.
It reminds, honestly, this reminds me of.
I mean,
it's not a 1-to-1, but a lot of people don't remember when Sega first got into the game to try to combat Nintendo. And what was happening was Nintendo was making exclusive deals with all these developers like Capcom and all of them to say, hey, if you want to continue to make for us, then you can only make for our console. You can't really do anything for that other company. And I hope it don't ever get to that point, because I guess I'm looking at it like this.
It won't.
Will it get to the point where we're looking at it like in the movie and film industry, where one company owns like not really hundreds, but 30 companies?
Right.
And you're kind of just at their beck and call, like, hey, this is the only company you can go to for any of these types of films. Will the game industry eventually end up similar?
I think what gets tough with that is when it gets into like the movie industry. It's when you have these major companies like that have these other production houses and stuff, and they start releasing these movies, or they start pitching these movies. They've already got it filmed. They just need somebody to get it into the theaters. But now there's your new gateway. Or that's what it used to be then, because these movie theaters are owned by production companies also. Mm-hmm. So, or they have their own production companies. And if they don't want you there, they don't have to let you there. There's nothing that really says that we have to run your movie here.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody playing ball with everybody else. Now, eventually, they might have to get into like a regulation group where there's a body that regulates that, because that's been something that's been mentioned before by developers, is that there needs to be a unified body that regulates some of this stuff, because developers are not getting treated fairly, or they get absorbed by another company or something like that, and there's no real representation except for, hey, it was a nice run. I hope you land on your feet.
And I guess also what I'm trying to get through is we see it now. I'm just hoping gaming doesn't eventually go from being a form of entertainment to a service, because I think a lot of companies are trying to push the service model now, which, for instance, things like Game Pass, is innovative. However, should gaming just be a service where, hey, you pay a subscription similar to what you would do for Netflix and you got access to all this stuff? Or should we actually treat it as if it's something separate?
I mean, if it's a situation where these people are looking at money, no, they're not going to see it any different. This is where we are right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a fight that's going on right now with developers saying that we want to charge $69 for a game now. Microsoft is saying, no, we don't want to charge you $69 for a game. We want to keep it at $59. Mm-hmm. 2K was the prime one that said that. They were like, no, the new one for the new console, $69. Microsoft said, like, y'all can, but we ask that you don't. But anything that you get from us, we're not asking for $69. But they also have two things working in their favor. You can buy that game for $59, or you can get a subscription for the Game Pass. But it works in two ways, because if you don't have that company with the Game Pass, you ain't gonna get that on Game Pass anyway. You're gonna have to pay for this game straight up. Now, what sucks is when you got like somebody like EA, who not only they don't make a console, but they make their games. They give you a subscription service. You get access to the game sometimes for like the first 2 months. They pull the game, put it in circulation, because their whole catalog is not available in that subscription service. Am I wrong on that one? Or is it just like a select few?
No. Like, for example, I know with EA, because I've tried it. Like last year's Madden was on was on EA. I think they changed it because it was EA something. Now it's EA Play, right? So
It was like Uplay or something. No,
yeah,
it's Ubisoft. It's Ubisoft.
yeah. It's now it's EA Play. And
Yeah.
so, if you wanted to play Madden, as long as you had DA service, you can play it. Well, now they've changed it to where you get like a 10-hour demo or something for Madden 21, but at the end of that, you still have to come off of that $59 for the full copy. But see, here's where it gets convoluted, and like you're alluding to, James, is like, okay, so you got Play Now or whatever, and then you got Game Pass. Then you got EA's service. Mm-hmm. Then you got Ubisoft service. I mean, like, shit, where is this going?
Then you got Amazon. Yeah. Then you got Walmart.
Where is this going? That's a bill. That is a no joke bill.
Exactly.
And
this is what leads people to do things that aren't quite legal to get the things that they want to do. So take heed, entertainment industry. I'm not advocating anything. I'm just saying this is what people do.
Yeah.
Bootleg.
Yeah.
And the boot.
And that right there, Johnny, was my concern. Because he
watch party.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna take it happens all the time. It's like we talked about with TV. How many TV services are there? And
Jesus, just talking about this, man. Me and my wife. It's like, okay, because right now we're kind of we're torn. So we initially had YouTube TV. Then they jacked the price up on that. I'm like, well, gee whiz, you might as well have it. They're like almost $60-70. So at that point, I can actually get the bundle with my cable provider and get it cheaper.
Yeah.
So,
same thing that I'm trying not to do.
At that, there you go. So, got Philo. Philo is great, but it's very bare bones. So no DVR, nothing like that. We rarely use DVR, but it's nice if you need to pause something or whatnot. And so it's nice. It's like $20, but channel selection is very limited. And once again, it's there's no DVR. So, what is it? Then you got Hulu Live. Hulu Live is $54 a month.
Yep.
Now, I mean, and part of it I kind of understand because they have these agreements with the channels, right? And so of course they demand a certain price for licensing, and of course naturally you'll have to pass it on to the consumer. But good grief, I mean, like, it comes to a point where it's essentially useless for me to have 3 different streaming services, so where I can just go and get a freaking bundle, 78 channels, and call it a day.
Yeah, and it's funny because they used to sell apps and streaming services as, hey, get rid of your cable. It's cheaper to do blah, 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 blah. But when you really add it up, you're like, no, I pay about the same, if not more. Because not only, like, I remember CBS, for instance, if you're a Trekkie, in order to watch their new Star Trek series, you have to have a CBS subscription. It's the only way you can watch it. Amazon, the only way to watch new shows like The Boys, you got to have a subscription. Mandalorian, most of us only got Disney Plus because of it. If you want to watch it, you got to get Disney Plus. and so on. Knowing Disney could have it on Hulu because they have majority ownership of it. But no.
I've been done with it.
Let me tell you, it's going to be a lot of people hanging out with a lot of people. You come over for a couple days, you can hang out with me, we do some Disney Plus, and then we're going to go over to your spot, or you're going to sign in over here with me, and then we're going to watch some Amazon.
Who barbecue a lot?
Hey.
I'll grill.
Everybody gonna be in the group chat. Hey, who got the Netflix again? Okay, yeah, man, this new show I want to watch coming out.
Who got the Netflix? Who got the beer? Who got the Netflix? And who got the grill?
Line the cars in front of folks' house.
You got somebody parking the cars on the grass for you because somebody can park. I had parking duty once.
Man, it's insane now because that's the exact kind of like we were talking about this yesterday. I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I guess what makes it kind of nice is at least you're not locked under a contract, right? So you can always kind of jump ship. But nevertheless, it's
create
it's
36
still
emails accounts and get 7-day passes for all
got
36
him. Got him.
Either that or here you go, community services. Hey, you paid $4.
Hey,
you paid in there.
Pay for.
You're my family.
Hey, it is what it is. But and it's just I don't know. It's just and then what's so funny about it, y'all have y'all heard of did y'all hear about YouTube's response when they brought the prices up?
No.
We had to do if y'all want this stuff, we got to keep paying it.
There you go.
Gonna pay for it too.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Take it that hard.
Cold cut. Hey,
straight up said them look, if you want this,
but
if you want it, we're gonna provide it, but you gonna pay for it we gotta pay for it. We gotta pass it on.
I'll say this: they do have a very extensive channel lineup. I'll give them that. I'll give them that. So, if you're in that situation and it's just like, well, shit, I guess we're just gonna have to take it like a champ. But or like I said, go on over to AT&T now or DirecTV now. Back then, they're very TV like now. And in fact, when you get an AT&T subscription, let's say you get like AT&T fiber or whatever, they don't send you like cable boxes anymore. They send you, they're almost like Roku's.
Yeah.
And they're over IP now, so it's not even utilizing any kind of coax whatsoever nowadays. So hell, it's might as well be cable, right? So it's becoming a slippery slope in terms of cutting the cord. I don't think that cord is as cut as it used to be.
No,
that's Kevlar wrapped right now. So you need a chainsaw to get through it, and then it got that locking mechanism in it. So if you put the chainsaw to it just lock up, so it won't get ripped up too bad. So ain't no cord cutting.
No, ain't no.
I will say this though, with YouTube since they first came out, I was running that beta of it. So I got the invite. I went and spammed the website for the invite for it, and I had it for almost 3 months when it first dropped, and it was cool. You got 5 accounts. That anybody that signed into that account, it customized the account to them. But the freaking DVR was the best thing about it.
It's solid.
Everybody got that individual DVR. It was what? It was like a terabyte, or it was just unlimited, is what they called
unlimited.
it.
Yeah.
So
they're offering solid. They're offering solid. Now there's no doubts about that. Which I was going to ask you about this, James. So let's talk about the music situation for a moment before we wrap it up or whatever.
Okay.
Spotify.
Yep.
Thoughts.
So
YouTube Music. Thoughts.
So I'm gonna tell you So getting into the subscription music service, my first experience was Google Play. And there was a company that Google ended up buying called, I think it was Songza. I think it was them. What they really specialized in was basically curating music to the way that you listen to music. So when you see in Spotify now or some of these services, what's your how are you feeling? Or you want to get pumped up? Are you feeling sad? Stuff like that. Google bought that company for that alone.
Oh.
And I used that service before. When I tell you it was spot on, if you hit it with you told it the songs that you like the artists, like Spotify's doing this now. Pick your artists that you like, all your favorite artists.
Yeah.
They started that.
Oh.
So
they started.
Initially, you could go in and say, "Hey, yeah, I'm about to get some cheeks," and say, "We got you," and it play the right songs.
Boom.
let me lay it out for you.
Right there.
Let me paint
right there.
Hold on. Let me paint this picture for you. So you get into the situation where you feel like you're in the mood. He was like, okay, I got to get the right music.
That B-boy.
If I can't get the right music, it just won't feel right.
Sweat
The
Hotel.
mood won't be where it needs to be.
Ever. But continue.
Oh, depending on what you're trying to get accomplished. So we're gonna get this music going. Damn it! All right, cool. Let me see what I got. Man, I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see. Do I want smooth soul or red light R&B from the 90s? At this point, you click this playlist because it's already curated this for you. It knows that you like R&B as your genre, as one of your favorite genres. It knows that you have chosen like Prince, Bell Biv DeVoe, and all these other folks from like the early 90s, late 80s. Now it's curated these playlists out of these things with this algorithm. You hit that playlist, it will spit out anywhere between 30 and 60 songs of your favorite. Now, speed along to the transition from Google, where they pay for and they buy this company. Now they got this service wrapped up into the plethora of songs that they have available to you in an instant.
Wow.
Coupled on top of Google's servers and everything else that they're running with their AI service, because now you have both of these services combined.
Working for you.
So this is constantly doing this. Every day that I would wake up and I go through my music, I will get, like, if I had to take my drive to work, I pop it up. I have my podcast. Like, it'll break that down to you. It's like, you ready to get started for your morning drive because it's tied into Google Maps.
Oh, okay.
Driving playlist will pop up. Select it, go. Pick it, run it. Now they've incorporated that in your YouTube Music now. Now you can do the same thing in Spotify. It'll link up to all of your other accounts like PlayStation, Xbox, and you can switch and you can start that play between any of those devices. It'll do the same thing with picking your genres. I think, and I feel personally, that Google does a better job at that portion of it with the recommendation. Because I've been using Spotify for over about a year and a half now, and it's been good, but the recommendations don't change. So like, there's a daily mix that I listen to. It'll spit out like 6 for something, like for different things, like different genres. That was once in a single week I could predict the majority of the songs that were gonna play next, because that daily mix is supposed to change daily.
I noticed that with Spotify.
Yes,
it never changes.
It doesn't change.
Yeah, I've had that.
I'm doing this with YouTube Music right now.
Yeah,
and I will go through. It has new recommendations every day, and hell, 4 or 5 times a day, depending on what I do. If you change locations, it'll do that. So, like for Q, he takes his phone to the gym. Guaranteed, it will throw up it'll throw up a plethora of playlists because it recognizes where the gym is. Plethora.
Yeah.
That vocabulary ain't there all the way, but plethora. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to the jokes right now. I'm gonna stop where I'm at.
An abundance.
Look.
Many.
An overflow.
Many for, we just got to recognize the word.
A whole bunch of them for everybody else that's around.
Whole gang.
They got a whole bunch of options.
A hell of a lot of
them. A whole heap of options for you for whenever you need them. So
I gotta
get in when you fit in.
YouTube Music, because I know the transition is supposed to happen at the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken. So I just got to kind of get more acclimated with YouTube.
Don't worry about a transition. Don't worry about a transition. Did you ever use Google Play Music at all?
Yeah.
If you built playlists whatsoever, open up that YouTube Music app, and there's an option to transfer.
Yeah, I did that. I just haven't opened it up yet.
Okay, I was about to say, just let it go. Because when I tell you, I called Johnny after I did it. I'm like, all right.
It was so funny. I made the switch. I had just got the shower. And I was like I don't even know I just got a shower. But yeah,
I just got a shower.
I was just drying off. I was just drying off. And now darn.
I was drying my ass.
I had just threw the towel in the hamper. And you just wouldn't believe James sent me a message. And because I was always kind of, I'd be damned. And I was just curious. And so he sent me the message, right? I'm like, because I was always kind of on the fence about, because I run to this. So, like, for example, like you have a gathering, right? And, y'all playing, you're playing some, Southern blues or something like that. You start kind of noticing, what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
This is the exact reason why you need YouTube music.
There you go. And like, you had a few or whatever, you're trying to entertain. You don't have time to like physically curate the songs as you're trying to play them or whatever. And then sometimes I've ran into instances where the song has been played twice. And you don't want to deal with that. So when James showed me this, I was like, man, let's check it out. So I got to playing with it, and I have been, even from coming from Google from Play Music in the past, you can notice a huge improvement on how the music's played. Now I will say this: I didn't notice a huge difference in audio quality, but I think that's kind of across the board. I think Tidal is one of the few where, man, you putting that back. Good Lord. Tidal is one of the few. But Tidal is one of the few
the whole bottle
that, I think, their audio is like in hi-fi or something like that. And which unless you got like some high quality headphones, you're really not gonna know much of a difference anyway.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've been pretty impressed so far. With what Google, YouTube Music's done. I really have.
I like it. Like I said, I had been off of Google Play Music because I knew they were phasing out, and I was like, man, I ain't gonna stick around for this. And then I tried YouTube Music right at the beginning. I'm like, this ain't it. Y'all ain't hitting on
at first
jack.
It was horrible.
Man, that was trash. I was like, man, I canceled it in 48 hours and didn't open it again. I deleted it. I was like, I'm not even going to finish out the trial. Like, you can have it back. Like, you can get that to somebody else on top of the other week trial that you got. Like, I quit.
Like,
that's it.
How you can't give shit away for free.
Hey, but I'm still in for the Whoppers. Like, you can catch me there for the Whoppers.
Hey, has anybody tried the Impossible Whopper yet?
I have not.
Not yet.
Okay.
When I say I haven't been,
it ain't no better for you. It's just it ain't meat, but
Yeah.
It's still terrible.
I was hoping I'd feel a little bit better about myself eating one, but then since y'all said that, hard pass.
Nah.
Yeah, look it up. It ain't much better. It ain't much better.
Okay.
It's just not meat, but it tastes like meat. But it's just as bad as meat.
What kind of meat?
Hey, whatever your imagination takes you, that's the kind of meat it is.
That's
okay.
Them black bean burgers.
Yeah,
with the beet juice for blood, because it bleeds.
Ooh.
It bleeds for real. Yeah, it bleeds for real.
Man, don't tell me it's red number 7 in it. Just to make sure.
Hey, no, for real. Go and grab you one and go ahead and slice it a little bit. Yeah, it bleeds. It's fake meat.
I'm good, man. Look, if you're out the meat eating game, stop being a poser. I'm sorry. I know it's inappropriate, but still, you out the game. Like,
hey, just give me the meats. I'm putting together my recipe for my lemon pepper smoked turkey. So I'm trying to see how that turned out in about a couple weeks.
All right, cool. So you're inviting us over, is what you're saying? Because Jessica telling us about it is not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Yeah, y'all can be a test dummy for sure. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Come over. Go ahead. Come over. Y'all can be the test dummies. Like, for real.
Yeah. We pop up. What y'all doing here? You said we come for food.
I got some waivers for you. I got some waivers for y'all too. So,
some aluminum foil.
Like, I got waivers and I got good pens. So, black or blue. Can't sign in red. Only black and blue. I give you a copy at the door.
Oh man, what y'all got coming up for this week though? Anything coming up?
Really, this week? No. I think my thing I'm gonna get is this Game Pass a run, and I think you should. I know you don't do gaming on your phone, but
try.
But hold on, I didn't get to show you. So this is what the controller looks like. Okay. This is just my regular Xbox controller with a clip on it.
Okay.
This is all I use.
Well, damn.
So look, this is what it looked like. In fact.
Yeah, I forgot, Johnny. You weren't on when I was telling them how disappointed I was in the PS Vita.
But there you go.
So great, but
man, yeah,
that's your Vita right there. This got more power than your Vita. Use it.
Your what name? Your what?
Your Vita. You pay for it. You use it.
See, this is what happens when you pull two Mississippi folks out the country
and give them a mic. And you put them in your headphones. So congratulations, you did this to yourself. We appreciate it. We love you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Oh man, what about you, Johnny? Any streams or anything coming up, or anything going on the channel? Clear it out.
Get that phlegm off the camera.
There we go. Well, the usual. Of course, channel still going strong on the tubes, and it's pretty much it. Dive into. They may dive back into train simulation. Okay, we'll give that a try. I think they just pushed a new update, so we'll see. And it sounds boring as all get out, but the train sims are actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure those derailments are awesome.
Oh yeah. They're actually much more entertaining back in the day before everything has kind of got
regulated.
Yeah. Like cars going everywhere. Yeah, it's pretty.
I bet you we can beat the train. Get on my move.
Brenda throw our little wild ass open to see what happens. Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, other than that, pretty much it.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Nah,
well,
I guess,
what you got,
folks. Oh man, I ain't got too much going on. I need to go ahead and get back in my streaming as well eventually. I think I got a few ideas. I still got a few games to finish up to do, and we also still have to put some content onto the YouTube channel eventually. Hopefully sometime in the next week or two. But other than that, we apologize, folks. I know it's been 2 weeks, but folks been busy.
Hey, folks be busy now. Folks trying to survive in this crazy world that we live in.
Pandemic. We got pandemic
all around here. Folks passing on the.
I don't know where y'all from, but
everybody done lost. On here. Folks done lost their damn mind and all this. Yeah, there's a lot going on with y'all, but we love you though.
Yeah, but just stick it out.
Love each other. Love somebody. Love on somebody today.
Yeah, that's fair. Make everybody feel happy. Know what I mean? But other than that, we appreciate all the people who have been rocking with us, and just continue to rock with us, support us. We're gonna just continue to try, putting out this content for y'all, and there'll be some additional content coming out from us as well. We kind of like the game, and we'll watch movies and stuff like that, and so we'll get around to doing that type of stuff as for you. Other than that, any other to-dos or anything else we need to bring up before we let these folks give them their life back?
No, just keep treating people well. I mean, we got an election coming up. I am literally looking at my Discord right now, and I'm not sure if y'all see this, but across the top,
you registered to vote?
That's the first thing it shows when I look at this. So there is a lot of conversation with this. Hey, I don't care who you vote for.
Absolutely.
I just hope that advances us as a people. I know who I'm voting for, so I just ask that you encourage everybody else around you to do the same thing. That's all I can really do.
Yeah.
But I will be out there early voting myself. So.
And please be an informed voter. Don't just go with what you hear online. Try to do Google.
Do research.
Google is your friend sometimes, but just
sometimes.
Look into these matters. Look and see who will really benefit you and help progress you versus the us versus them model of voting.
Yep,
absolutely.
Other than that, I think that pretty much covers it. So without further ado, man, peace be with y'all. Thanks for chilling with us, and we up out.
You'll see.
Take it easy.